Vertigo have a glaring issue for the T side. And it's not B side being way too hard to enter into, or middle having too many angles to clear. No, it's something much deeper and worse. Ramp. Ramp have been used for the CTs as the key indicator of where the Ts are, with footsteps being easy to hear from spawn and mid. But the biggest is the classic ramp smoke and then the spam. So how did C9 play around this? Well, by avoiding it. Let me show you. Cloud9 lost the pistol, and quite brutally, with only killing 2 Fnatic players, but they got the plant and this helps a lot going into round 2 of the match. And have bought 3 SMGs and 2 Galils. And look at Fnatic's buy. Yes, their rifles are better, but the buys are quite similar with some SMGs on Fnatic. It's a very winnable round. Fnatic starts with 2 players towards middle with boosting a player up here. And this is a great off angle if you get a player playing Guardian to bait the boosted player. So never go for the boost if you can't have another player baiting for him. While then having 1 player on B and the last 2 players on A. The A players go for the default ramp smoke, but does not challenge ramp. C9 on the other hand, goes for Perfecto in mid, breaking the glass, trying to make sure Fnatic can't hear Hobbit run towards ramp. And Hobbit have a great spawn and is able to get to ramp before the smoke of Fnatic blooms. But opts to only use a nade towards the gap smoke C9 through, but why? Well, Hobbit only have an SMG and ramp is dedicated by these big long range fights. And his Mach 10 have 0 chance here. As well as soon as the smoke bloom for Fnatic, they will start to push towards ramp and take map control and spam the smoke. And this is usually where the T's start to lose the grip on the round. While the rest of C9 are going towards ramp with Hobbit, but look how passive all of them are. They are all just allowing Fnatic to take ramp control and make sure they can't be hit by nades and spams. And you can see Fnatic use a nade, Molotov and Roy spamming the smoke and can't find any damage. C9 smokes in front of the ramp to get out. But they still sits and waits for Roy to finish the spam. C9 creeps up ramp and here Roy hides in the smoke thrown by CTs as a one way and he jumps down when his sandbag player make contact to try and get a kill or 2. A dumb play in hindsight since C9 are on worse guns and this is 1 out of 2 M4s he's doing it with. A gun that have 20 bullets and a bad spray can only guarantee you 1 kill before being traded. And while all of this is happening, C9 gets short control and then the trade happens and here some miscommunication from Fnatic sees the round go to a 2v2. No, wait, Perfecto stays alive with 1 HP and it's 3v2, very winnable for the C9 boys, with Fnatic rotating coming from mid. And Shiro finds Crims and Messi gets spotted out and C9 is on the board 1-1.
Suspicious smoke this one. I'm sure someone's going to be watching it. You know that someone could be playing around it. Roy's right in the middle of it. If it fades, he's on his own and he's going to push forward. Actually, will get the kill on Axile, but surely someone's going to be able to trade this one, see if he can do anything more. Runs out of bullets at the end. It's the Deagle on Perfecto to take him down, and Electronics wreaking havoc at the back line with the Mach 10, taking down Dexter, leaves Crims and Mezzi 2 versus 3.
Retake grenades coming through as well, trying to deny that plant, and it's getting scrappy out there. Just Mezzi remaining, no longer the in-game leader. Known to be a fragger, but can't deliver in this particular round, that it will be a 4-spy victory for Cloud9.
So this video focus is on how well C9 plays ramp to avoid unnecessary death and damages from the CTs. But I want to talk about round 5 and how C9 takes B site, since the same principle here matters. C9 sends 2 players towards B and then have a 3rd player flashing for them. And let's focus on Electronic. He does not just swing out, but stops here to hold for a Fnatic player peeking and waiting to make sure no early nades can hit him. Fnatic are going 1 player on B, 2 players in mid with 1 pushing close and 1 far back playing as a rotator and the last 2 players on A. The goal of C9 is a 3-step plan. The first step is to make sure Fnatic is uncomfortable on site and force them to more passive positions on site and take away the good angles. Then it's to plant. And last step is to stall for Perfecto's flank. Electronic moves up towards site and white box. And then Exile Molotov's default and Roy is forced out. This is a great Molotov to force the site player in a bad angle for the fight against Electronic. Since B side is such a hard site to hold when you can't play behind white or default. C9 allows Roy to get to generator since they do not have any cross smokes to site, which is the safe option. A great flash and smoke combo allows Electronic to get to pillar, and C9 have done step 1 of the execute, force Fnatic out of position and make them more passive. And here a big nade from C9 does a lot of damage to the generator players. But in the after plant, they are stalling too much and before Perfecto can get activated, C9 loses 3 players. And this is due to the post-plant position of C9, were not working together, with Exile dying with his back turned, and when the swing from C9 comes to trade him, it was too late. But this stalled enough for Perfecto to get 1 kill and then Molotov towards site to help Shiro, who is alone on site, with the bomb planted and try to hold it with an AWP. I still wish Perfecto had creep behind them, maybe play the trigger discipline game, But due to Shiro being alone, I think to kill a Fnatic player was the most important. Perfecto and Shiro makes the round into a 2v2 with some great shots, but Perfecto swings too wide and Roy kills him. Shiro in the 1v2 shows us how important it is to know where the bomb has been planted, even through the smoke, and here he kills Roy not even defusing, just sitting in the smoke, and Shiro wins the round due to the time being low.
There has to be something like that, but here comes the backstab though. Perfecto gets one, he's ready to throw down the Molotov. Nice close range shot, and the grenade lands in front. I mean, it might have got up in the air. I don't know, it's way too deep. That needed to be on the bomb, that's a bit of an issue. 2 versus 2 now. There's no one defusing it yet. Perfecto, he can't get a second backstab, and now they might have a chance at it here.
No kits.
Kit, you're absolutely right, so 10 seconds, not gonna happen. Shiro standing, holding the line, and now the Glock comes out. Instead, it's hunting him down, and I think he's done plenty here, even with the guy just on the bomb looking for it. It's gonna be the round for Cloud9.
We skipped some rounds since none of them can show us how C9 tries to be aggressive in ramp and still avoiding nade and spams. Since for the CT to nade and have impact, they will have to get close to ramp and nade down to ramp. And this is scary for the CT since you will have to smoke it, otherwise you're just running into an AWP rifle and dying. And it's why we see so much more utility being used up here in the middle and top ramp, since that's safer for the CTs to take the fights from and throw utility. So how do C9 counter this? Well, they've been very good at taking ramp control before the smoke hits. And when the smoke from Fnatic comes ramp, they will just play safe. And we see this with Shiro and Hobbit in this round. Shiro posed here with the AWP to hold for a Fnatic player pushing top left, while Hobbit covers the rest of ramp. Shiro gets smoked and goes for a shot but misses. And C9 knows that Fnatic will start to do some damage towards ramp. After they smoked and Shiro falls back on an instant, but Hobbit stays, but why? Well, he is playing behind the box and using it as a wall he can peek from to be more immune to spams from the CTs. The rest of C9s are going one in ladder room, one in spawn holding for an aggressive B pushed by Fnatic, and the last player in ramp super safe. We can see that C9 are trying to win back ramp. And here they play 2 players on each side to avoid spams from top ramp, and then they got Shiro playing an off angle with the AWP to take the first contact, and as the T, all you have to do is to wait for the ramp smoke to fade, and then take ramp control back, since this forces the CTs to give away ramp as soon as the smoke fades. Or they have to fight it, and versus a team like C9, I would never do that. Well, the last 2 C9 players are going middle to try and pinch Fnatic, since right now Cloud9 are covering 2 key areas of the map and will try to pinch a site from these 2 areas. But here Afro shines with a one-way thrown by Fnatic and gets 2 kills. So with all of the effort from C9 to slowly take ramp, they are red, and it's now a 3v5, and in the plant and retake from Fnatic, C9 falls flat and Fnatic takes one more round.
Going for a split here, when there might not be any presence there whatsoever. Roy will do some damage towards Shiro, and actually Afro takes him down. The first advantage they've had since the pistol angles.
Shiro pre-firing a little bit higher up. Afro's good for another one.
But why is fast ramp takes so scary for the T if they are not done properly? Well, let me show you this round 13 and how Fnatic completely picked apart C9 in ramp. And this will as well show you why ramp is so good for the CTs early. Well, the round looks like a misbuy with Perfecto only having a Glock with 8k in the bank. And that's correct. And look how he runs back to spawn, buys a gun right before the time runs out. But that's not our focus on this round. C9 sends 4 players towards ramp, and now they want to be fast with Hobbit running up ramp. So how is Fnatic going to steal this from C9? Well, Fnatic sends 4 players towards A, and 3 of them are going ramp. And the last player is the site and rotator towards mid and B. This is a big gamble, but again, ramp is overpowered for the CT side. Of course they're gonna gamble this. Fnatic used a bunch of smokes to counter C9's smoke and vision towards ramp, and here Afro pushes short. And he can do this since when Hobbit realizes that he will be pushed, he has to wait for his team. But they are too late to help him, and he gets stuck in this corner. And here you might say I talked good about this corner, and I did. When you are smoked off in bottom ramp, you have 2 other teammates with you ready to swing, it's a great position. But not right now, and Afro opens a round with the kill on Hobbit. But he does not fall back again, since it's too dangerous, since if a ramp player misses a shot or might not be paying much attention, you might be killed going back. So he rather goes to this corner and allows the rest of his team to take contact and play off their information. And here Fnatic with a fun smoke allows Roy to hide behind and swing after he hears the flash, and this nets him 2 kills. And it's hard for C9 to trade, since when they swing out for kills, Afro is peeking close, Crims is on short, and Roy is on ramp. And look at the buy, this is a low buy from Fnatic, an amazing way to play it and win the round for Fnatic.
M4 even in save rounds, just the odd one. So if you have it to save one, I feel like you're almost having that round anyway. Why not just go for it?
Hello.
They're doing a fine job. Roy with a double spray down, and the FAMAS up front will not throw. This is looking beautiful at the moment. They're just cleaning it up. They didn't need anything else, Henry.
I really wanted to show you this. This is not how we usually see Vertigo be played, and I love what C9 did. And in the end, they ended up winning this game very close, and they won the match. Well played. Here are 2 videos YouTube told me you would like.